Hey class, today we're going to be talking about the role that power plays in a relationship.
What do you mean by relationships? Like between a cat and its owner or a couple?
A relationship between a man and a woman. Throughout literature, there are many examples of power struggles between men and women.
Oh, like in Nabokov's novel, Lolita. Lolita has such control over Humper that she's basically taking control of his whole being after he sees her for the first time. He then goes mad and even uses her mother to get to her.
Lolita, light of my life, fire of my loins, my sin, my soul, Lolita, the tip of the tongue, taking a trip of 3 steps down the palate to tap at 3 on the teeth. Lo-li-ta. She was low, plain low in the morning, standing 4 feet 10 in 1 sock. She was Lola in slacks. She was Dolly at school. She was Dolores on the dotted line. But in my arms, she was always Lolita.
Precisely. Can I get 2?
Well, in Little Bee by Chris Cleave, there are similar power roles.
I know it sounds extreme, but the police are good at this. I'm sure we'll find Charlie before they get here, but just on the off chance that we don't, it makes sense for us to bring them in sooner rather than later. Ah! I was in the back cave! He was right inside one of those drain pipes.
Lawrence has such a passion towards Sarah, he's willing to commit an indecency against an innocent girl just to make sure Sarah is safe. He compromises his morality in order to protect the woman he loves.
Great evidence. Can I get a 3, anyone?
Well, in Madame Bovary by Gustave Flaubert and Revolutionary Road by Richard Yates, both novels involve married couples who are desperate to find true happiness in their marriages. For example, Emma Bovary seeks satisfaction through extramarital affairs. She courts her lovers through superfluous spending and so forth. And her husband Charles is codependent and therefore ignores her indecencies and pays off her debts continuously. And he believes her to be the perfect wife that he initially married.
Similarly, in Revolutionary Road, April is unsatisfied with her life and attempts various times to reignite the spark in her marriage. Unlike Charles, Frank is less tolerant of April's extravagant desires and attempts multiple times to bring her back to reality. Both women end up killing themselves, sending their husbands into graves of guilt and regret over not fulfilling their wives' desires, despite how unrealistic they were. They feel somewhat responsible, although both of their wives were quite irrational, demonstrating the manipulation that takes place in these relationships. In the movie The Iron Lady, Margaret Thatcher is first laughed at for wanting to become a politician in her era, an era when politics and government solely belonged to men.
Methinks the right honourable lady doth screech too much. If she wants us to take her seriously, she must calm down. If the right honourable gentleman could perhaps attend more closely to what I am saying, rather than how I am saying it, he may receive a valuable education in spite of himself.
However, she outwits her enemies, stands her ground, and fights her way to the top, becoming Prime Minister of Great Britain. All men are then under her command, and quite a lot seem rather intimidated by her being the first female Prime Minister. She takes the country through a war, emerging in victory, and rescues Great Britain from a depression, proving for one of the first times how powerful women truly are.
On the TV show 90210, I don't know if this is relevant, but the main character, Annie, falls in love with the priest, and so therefore she tries to court him, but he kind of is more standoffish towards her, but then towards the end he gives into her affection towards him, and then therefore they start this relationship, which he then goes mad because he feels like he's going to be damned by the church and that God basically abandoned him, and I don't know, she just has such control over his emotions and his psychotic state to like come in and take him out of the church and become part of her. And I don't know, I guess that just shows that women actually have more power than men in society.
Women got power? Yes, they do. That's why they were suppressed for a century or two.
Guys always play hate, sipping on the haterade. I ain't gonna be a housewife, secretary, or a maid.
I'm sit back and I can just be vain, cause still like a villain is just nothing.
Emma's out doing her dirty things, getting lots of bling bling, you can buy me rings.
Well, we don't know what's up with that car so entrancing, but I'ma wrap around her finger like it keeps them dancing.
April's just getting her man to be really good, but truth is she's just living in a dream again, bitch. But her husband's getting all angry and cray until she took her life, and now he's all
We're
burned.
getting bad to be looking in Nigerian. Lauren's getting bad cause this woman is Nigerian. Calling up the police.
I'm ready to know this chick wanted a priest, but he said no, and now he wants a piece. Annie is stoked she got her man, but the priest is all mad because he feels down.
Margaret Thatcher got paper on lock. At first, those men wouldn't let her talk. But now she's the prime minister, ruling them all. She's the greatest leader ever, she ain't gonna fall. Women run the world, throw it in my way. Shot in the head, and making them play. That's what experience is.
Great job, everyone. Remember who you are and what you stand for.
Thanks for watching, y'all. Woo!